Boom! We are off with another episode of Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Alan Snyder, here with my boy, Evan Stone's number one fan. Pause. It's Zach Elias.
Absolutely. That was well done. You hit the pause.
It was a twofer.
It was a twofer. And Evan Stone's been in a few of those.
Has he? I think he might be
I don't know. He was very big into those like Skinamax movies. Well, like, no penetration. He's like, there's like fucking her knees.
You know that a lot of them.
I think the Trump administration got rid of those. I think it was a problem.
You know, a lot of them have very strict requirements and regulations on what they actually do.
Yeah.
I do this, I don't do that.
I do everything. Please, I do nothing. Absolutely.
Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. Tuesdays, we do it live. Saturdays, we post it later. People who are listening to the show, make sure you share the episodes, give us a good rating. We just passed tax season, and I assume people have accountants. Tell TurboTax, because we want them to listen to us. We like when you love us, but we love when you hate us.
So, like, when you call H&R Block to complain, you should tell them about this. I'm into that. Hey, well, I got you here, and you were going through my audit. Take a podcast for you.
Got a great show planned for tonight. But before we get into tonight's episode, how about a special guest appearance from somebody who doesn't sleep ever? And now, boom, 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 coming in at 24 inches, my son. What's up, buddy? Come here. Want to say hi?
The hair.
Oh, look at my little man. He's just looking at Dada. Look up at Zach Elias.
Hey, his hair looks exactly the same, I gotta tell you.
We got a nice little haircut this past weekend. He is very hot right now. Zach, where's his elbow? Find the elbow in here. Can you look at all
No, he's got rolls for days.
Woo!
Ew.
Titties!
Do a truffle shuffle.
Titties!
Give him the truffle shuffle. Give him the chunk.
Do you know what he started doing these days? When you hold him, he actually holds you back. It's the best. It's absolutely great.
Zoe gave me a hug today, like to be tender. So I'm sure they're gonna buy her a car tomorrow. Like, it's one of those things. Ugh.
Zach, why don't you tell everybody what you are drinking?
So I asked Jenna to get beer today at the store, and she did. Nothing all that thrilling, but they are good. We had Mexican that's how we broke our fast. So I have a Dos Equis. It's a learning beer. Milo, where are the X's? Your parents? No? Okay, what are you drinking there?
I had bought this variety pack forever ago, and I realized I never finished it from the Deschutes Brewery. I think this is the last one that I haven't gone to. Tropical Fresh IPA, loaded with tropical hops, 6.5% alcohol by volume.
He's going for it.
Bend, Oregon, release the Kraken.
He's into it. Give him a sip. Give him a sip, Steve.
One-handed. Can you do that?
What?
Cheers. Well, he likes the cold.
Just put it in his mouth. You'll see back what that looked like.
I won't let him get to the beer, but I will let him lick that.
It doesn't matter. You just put the outside of a can on his mouth. That's gross.
Who cares? He's vomited in my mouth in the last week.
Ew.
Yeah.
Kid.
Oh, all right.
There we go. It's on. It's pretty on. What's he doing? What are you doing? What are you up to?
Fine.
With your funny little hair.
Zachy.
So that's that. So you paid for that haircut? I could have given him that.
But wait, there's more. Episode 227. Calling this one.
Psh Whatever.
Come on, do better.
Psh Pshaw.
I looked it up. What? I did get a lot of pshas when I looked everything up there.
Pshaw. They say that. So who gave a whatever? Is that what you gave to the bill when they told you how much that haircut cost?
I'm glad you were able to pick up on it. Maybe I had teased it a little bit.
No,
this past weekend, we had a 11:30 appointment reservation, whatever you call it, to get his haircut. We showed up, 10 minutes early. He was still asleep. So we waited outside for 5 minutes. We walk inside. It were now 5 minutes. There was one lady who was cutting the hair and one lady who kind of worked the front desk. Lady's generous. She was much younger. And all she was doing...
Was it a real barber place or was it like a kid's supercuts?
Somewhere in between, I would say, what both of those were. So this girl who's working the front desk there, she's in charge of the 9 options that kids are allowed to have, from Pirates Booty to Ring Pops to Dum Dums, pretty much anything that they want. And then there's one lady cutting hair. And then there was a mom and a kid. And one kid still in the little chair getting his thing done. So Julie and I, understanding what's up, We just sit down. Well, why not, right? And I work in customer service. She works in customer service. We eat a lot of shit, a lot of crap from people. But when we're the consumer, you know what I want? I want, oh, welcome, sir. The red carpet for your son's haircut is ready. I want something better than that, right?
Oh, me,
This girl,
sir, goddammit.
this girl at the front desk looks at us. She may as well rolled her goddamn eyes at us. Not even a, you're in the right place. How you doing? She just looked at us like we had 8 heads. And we sit down, and I get it. We're 5 minutes early, whatever.
She
and
works
then
at a kid's barber shop. It's one step above suicide.
Well, the best part was she had music playing.
Sighting.
The music that she had playing for the kids, it might as well have been my iPod. There was some Dave in there. There was some Hendrix. She was missing Fish for the trifecta.
You think
right?
she picks the music?
At the front, yeah. But then in the back, where the lady's cutting hair, she's the one who has a Netflix on where they're playing Coco Melon, which I assume you have no idea what it is, right?
I know what it is. Zoe's got a younger cousin, and like it's essentially just, I can't quote it, but essentially it's like crack. And as Chet Stedman says, that's gonna make you stupid. Guess it has already.
Well,
he gets it. He finds Chet Stedman funny. Yeah,
Julia starts getting a little mouthy at the front where she's kind of like, well, just sitting here. Nobody said hello or anything. And my only thought is they're about to cut our kid's hair. Like, shut up. You know what I mean? Like, before you go to the restaurant, I'm not saying anything to the cook that's going to make him spit in my stuff. And I want Milo to have a, right? So anyway, we finally go back, and this is a specialty place for kids to get their hair cut. And the lady who's cutting the hair, you know what she was doing? Oh, look, cut. Oh, little sweet kid. I'm thinking you're going, lady, I can't believe we're paying you how much for this haircut, Zach?
Well, I mean, coming to America would have told me that'll be $8.
Right. So I understand your kid needs a weed whacker, but for Milo's hair, how much for a 10-month-old?
How long was he there?
20 minutes.
20 minutes?
I'm gonna 15.
I'm gonna say she hit you for $30.
$24 plus tip.
How much you tip her?
Not that much, because we weren't really loving our experience. And we did a
twofer?
10%.
So I was pretty close.
You were.
That's insane. That's obscene.
Well,
Meanwhile, it always costs $60, but there's that.
Yeah, she's a walking Nerf ball, Zach.
Yeah.
She also has hair. So we leave the place.
This kid is at this point.
We go about our day. I come in the next day with my patients, and I didn't realize that it bothered me so much, but I start doing my typical mental physical therapy. I have some people that just aren't the chattiest. So I start talking to them, and I go, okay,
same price either way.
Am I wrong? What was the lady? And one of my women says, my female patient, first of the day, turns to me and goes, yeah, they don't care. I said, wait, what do you mean? The hair cutting places? She goes, no. People of that age, pretty much their whole attitude is, Psh, whatever.
Yeah, they're the worst. And we're going to pay for it because they're the ninja generation. So, like, they're going to live at home forever. Enjoy.
Walk me through this, because I've been trying to make sense of it, because she says people that work in her industry, and I've talked to some of my other patients.
So I've got a ton of young people in my office, and they don't
Wait,
care.
What's young? Because we're millennials, and then there's the Gen Z. Are you baby boomer?
I'm a Gen Y. I missed millennial by 2 months, baby. Let's go. Born in the 80s. Okay. But
millennial.
No, I have 23-year-olds in my office. I'm just between 23 under 30s. And some of them are Psh Whatever. Some of them are like tomorrow's a myth. They know they're never going to own a home until someone dies. I saw that. So essentially, they just spend everything they have, and they're just good and comfortable being broke. And like, I don't give a shit. Like you boomers and your, saving money and your owning of things. They don't care. Their whole oeuvre is to like go to Denmark because it's a Tuesday. It doesn't matter. Like they don't care about you. It's a very self-indulgent world. Make it, spend it, and then bitch about being broke. Vote in November.
So I had to Google this. I thought we were calling them Zoomers. Like the new generation, they're saying 13 and under. They're called
worst.
Here's what I don't get. The Alpha generation.
Alpha. They've redone it.
Oh, okay. So that's why we're doing that. Makes sense to me.
Beta, and then they'll go to
Master.
You gotta hit the T hard, or it's real bad.
Zach, tell me, and I've been processing this, by the way, for 3 days. Why?
I'm just staring at him.
Why?
Why what?
Why are they like this?
Because they have no reason to care. Their parents didn't give them a reason to care. All they did was give them a phone or a screen and said, "Here, deal with this thing." Like, yeah, I was raised on cable, but that had some commercials and like tasteful nudity. These kids are just parents aren't parents anymore in that generation. They're the '70s kids who didn't give a shit, who were raising these kids.
It's funny you say 70s kid. This is also didn't think I was making the podcast, but today was tie-dye shirt day at our daycare, and my roommate, who's not the most clever, looks in couldn't find a tie-dye shirt.
You don't have a Grateful Dead shirt somewhere? You?
What? Me? I have 7 of them. None of them fit him. Anyway, Julia put him in bear stuff, which didn't even look like the dead bear. And I thought to myself, like, wow, that was pretty clever. That was pretty good. Then somehow, before you knew it, I have the Grateful Dead.
Giacomo, and that was the whole thing?
Do you know Giacomo Fino?
Everyone.
I put the Grateful Dead on the television. When I didn't even know what year it was. Julia comes in, she's like, what is this, the 70s? And I was like, yeah, 74. Look at these people. They have no idea.
Well, Zoe and I and Jenna saw the Black Crowes on Saturday. They played the song you wanted them to play. Meanwhile, midway through the show, the lead singer goes, I remember when New York used to be a rockin' town. Look at the ages of most of our audience. Bet you guys might too. It was great. Like, everyone in the audience was like 50-something. He was just ripping on them because he's 50-something too. It was just old guy.
So that's the reason, because I've been asking a lot of people why, and you're just saying, so now you're, wait, but like I put a cell phone in front of Milo. What do you want me to do when you say they don't parent? How should I be parenting? Teach me, oh wise one.
Why don't you talk to them or like play with them?
I'm giving a beer on air right now. What is better parenting?
Yeah, that's parenting. That's how you do it. But like, just
do you know what he's staring at right now? Himself on the screen.
Good. Yes, he should. I like to stare at myself. Anyway, it's all right here. So no, what you should do is play with them. I don't want to like hear about their feelings. Don't be that mamby-pamby soft stuff. You want to, the kid needs entertainment. Entertain them. They become these vapid, self-indulgent people because I don't care about you because no one ever cared about them. Give them a hug.
YouTube was not around for these people I'm talking about, and that's what you're saying they did.
It was around. It was a computer generator. It wasn't a phone, but there was some YouTube. They never knew life without the internet.
Okay.
So like the parents are like, "Here, go online, whatever. I've got anything better to do." Or I'm gonna go on like Farmers Only. You figure it out. Where did people meet? It's because they're all from broken homes. There's indoor kids. Indoor kids who have no like social skills. They never had to like talk to anybody.
So it's funny you say that because I did a Google to actually get a definition, and it came up with impatient, first generation of virtual reality, less emotional, and have fewer real friends and more virtual ones.
Ridiculous, yeah. So I did a mock training today where I was the fake phone call person. I'm going to actually do a phone call with a bunch of 20-something-year-olds. They had to be on speaker.
Oh my God. How do I do this? Who do I give money to so I can do it?
Oh, you could do the next one. So it was about having to get a broker fee, and I was the pain-in-the-ass client who didn't want to pay a fee. If you really want to, you can do it the next time.
If I change their voices, can I put it on air?
No.
Oh,
no.
Yes.
We'll see. They're not listening anyway. So I ate them for lunch to the point where one of them midway through had nothing. She goes, I think this call is over. I think we're done here. She told me, the client, we're done here.
No business?
Like, I was
no tiki, no washi?
I was so difficult. There was some that had like 10 seconds, and I even said dead air. Like, I broke the fourth wall a few times. Like, they were all in a room. They were all in a room together, and I went into the call booth and I pretended to be the fake client, but they had to be on speakers so they could all hear it. The room was roaring. Anyone who wasn't in the hot seat on the call, they were just laughing their ass off. Because I was me and I was impossible. But I wanted to show them how hard it was. But you also see, they don't know how to be on the phone. They can't wait for that call to end.
Should I just text you the rules?
Right, and I've even asked a lot of them, like, when you're calling clients, do you want to be on that call? Because if you don't, what are we doing here? Why are you doing this?
You're in the wrong business.
They're just not good at talking to people. They don't care about you. A lot of the young people do not ask their clients questions like, where do you work? Seems like a pretty important one.
Small talk, you're saying.
That's medium talk. That finds out what their damn budget is. But no, they don't
that's
chit
true.
chat. They don't small talk. They don't like, oh, you have a dog? Cool. Tell me about that. They don't bullshit with you. It's just.
Do you get to the point, or you want more bullshit?
Depends on what it is. No, I wouldn't for something like that. Yeah, get to know me a little bit. If I'm going to be vetting you as well, let's make out a little first.
What are your thoughts on parrots on shoulders?
No complaints. I started up with him in the bathroom.
Hey, Zach.
I talk to the guy.
Okay. Moving forward. Zach, am I the asshole?
Yes. So is he.
So, we've been giving my sister a lot of grief about plates that she's trying to sell, right?
I love your sister. She's delightfully. She delivers every time. She brings the thunder.
Cool. Well, you're not invited to the bar mitzvah this weekend, where I will be with Anne, and we'll send you some torturous pictures.
I mean, there's a good chance I could crash. There's always a belt test, though, so I'm not coming to that shit. But if I showed up, you'd be rock hard.
Now, I don't know if it's the way she posted it online or our interpretation. Remember we were giving her grief because she was selling plates for $3 like a pack she wasn't using?
I do.
I got more to the story. She, in fact, is not selling plates for $3. She is selling 10 packs of plates for $3 each at $30.
Scam. It's a scam.
Do you feel a little bad about torturing her? Because for a long time...
Nope. She posted what she posted. She didn't put any explanation in there. It wasn't 30. I saw plates, $3. Because I got news for you. If I'm on Facebook Marketplace, I think I'm getting the whole thing for $3. As many plates as you want. And I guess I have to show up at your door, which good luck if I don't get all stabby. Because now you've invited me to your house. So there's a whole thing going on here. Yeah.
If she would have posted 300 plates for $20, $30, do we even have this conversation or no?
Who is she, Dixie? Like, where she's selling these fucking things? This is what she does for cash? Plates for money?
Yeah, 1877 cars for kids.
Yeah, 1877 plates for Allison. I mean,
Jackie,
I know mitzvahs are expensive, but Jesus Christ, selling plates? Come on, kid.
Be quirky, eat some jerky.
Okay. It's tricky now because, again, like last week, everything is these damn protests and riots and shit. I gotta tell you. Yeah, that wasn't funny then. It's not great now. Nevertheless, when you were at school, if you had a problem with something, did you have a clue where your school was invested? How the hell do you know if they divested? What they just said to the kids? Hey, no, we divested. We're good. I didn't even know my school was invested. First things first. I was like 18. Meanwhile, I didn't know.
I'm 40. I have no idea.
Yeah, what funds is Maryland invested in? Who are they supporting? What the fuck do I know?
I assume we keep all of it in Old Bay, like McCormick and Schmick.
Yeah, like they could be supporting North Korea. I don't know. Just teach me the things so I can get back to wiffle ball. Like, let's go. Look at his hand. He's doing it. He's doing what a baby does. It's funny every time.
That was a foot. No, that was me doing this.
Oh, whatever.
But if we can make it look like it, we go a little.
And I just did. I just saw it. There we go. Now so as we spoke about on this fine program, Tyreek Hill wanting to get into porn. Apparently, porn star Kendra Lust is ready to help. She's giving an exclusive. She is willing to give him pointers and quick tips on how to do it. And I guess shtup for all.
During or after? Like, are we sitting down and watching the tape?
Not yet, but she's willing to help when his career is over. She is going to avail herself to his services.
I did want to talk about the NFL draft, although we're a little short on time. Apparently, Tyreek Hill and Antonio Brown did a live podcast. They say it's must-see TV.
Really?
Do you know that Antonio Brown is off the deep end on Twitter and tags everything #CTESPN?
That's pretty good. Do you hear that damn cat that was shipped from Utah to LA this cat got into an Amazon box? I knew you hate cats. Like, this cat got into an Amazon box. They sealed it up and it got shipped to LA. Somehow they got it didn't eat for days. It's fine. It was chipped, so they found it, and then they got reunited with the owner. But yeah, it got sent on a plane because the idiot owners. It's just out of Christmas Vacation. The cat shaking in the box. Didn't they realize that the box?
Does it go through an X-ray or something?
I don't know, but yeah, it was after a full week of being shipped, it finally got returned. That's ridiculous.
How does that cat get crushed? or run out of air? Were there holes?
I don't know.
Did it shit everywhere? What did it
everywhere? Eat? I'm sure it didn't eat, but it shit everywhere. Are you familiar
Speaking
with
of
the
shit everywhere?
Is he blew it up? He's just trapped in your leg?
No, he's thinking
Alexa
real hard,
Curtis
Zach.
The best line in the movie. You
Alexa
know who Alexa
Hill?
Curtis is? Alexa
No.
Curtis. She
No.
is a marathon bandit. That's a thing. So
she steals marathons?
Exactly. So she will just show up to the marathon. Probably she's a pretty good runner. And like post on Instagram all of her times and how great she's doing, but she didn't sign up. Bibless. She just shows up and runs.
Oh, just roll. Oh, this is like a professional basketball player who shows up at the yard and just plays pickup, right?
Essentially, but it's more like a professional basketball player who's not in the league, like you in that jersey, who just shows up to the Garden and starts playing.
Oh,
but like it costs $125 to enter this thing, and she just does this, and she's done it a few times now, and the marathon community is ridiculously outraged. Apparently, she had to give a $150 donation to something because like
a whole $150. Don't spend it all in one place.
More than it costs to enter this. She's not ugly either, by the way. Yeah, but
she's probably in shape.
Yeah, she's fast. Banditing is a thing. I
think we're saying goodbye. Say goodnight, Gracie.
Adios, muchacho.
Right,
yeah, Matt.
Buddy.
You too, champ.
Oh, God, fucking kid. Don't have kids.
Also, they did something in the Chinese marathon where the Pacers were apparently going too hard. And
the Indiana Pacers ran the Chinese marathon?
Rick Smits ran it. Killed.
More a Roy Hibbert guy myself with Larry Bird as a coach.
Over Smits, the dunking Dutchman. A lot going on with marathons these days. MLB is fixing the uniforms.
Covered on BYD months ago.
Yeah. In 2025.
Because they made 8 billion of these things.
It cost them 10 cents. These things are probably made in Vietnam by Milo. I mean, Jesus Christ. Just keep going, man. Just make more. It's Nike. Just throw some money at this thing. They look ridiculous. In August in Arizona, the grays are going to be just ridiculous. Insane.
Now that he's not here, can we talk about him? Does he not look like Paul Correa? Am I right?
Who? The hockey player?
Yeah. Half slanty, half slanche.
He's not bad. He's looking a little more like you, though, these days.
A
little bit. So, yeah, they can't just bang this thing out this year, like now. After the All-Star break, they have to wait a full season for this?
When was the last time you bought a baseball jersey, Zach?
Bought? Maybe a Hernandez throwback? I think I have one of those.
Who cares?
I mean, it's been a hot minute since I wouldn't buy a Trout injured.
I told you!
I know. Charles Oakley calling Embiid too big to be crying. Love it. Hate Embiid. And you had some thoughts about, New
you want to do it now?
Whatever you want. I got more stuff. But...
This is on my list of Pishadoos.
Okay, then we can do it a Pishadoo. That's fine.
Okay.
I got a Pishadoo also to discuss.
You are a Pishadoo.
Yeah, fair enough. NY judge may get slap on the wrist after a wild caught-on-video brawl over a parking spot ended with him shoving a cop. A judge, 59 years old, was reprimanded and he ended up in cuffs after a parking spot dispute, and a cop showed up and he shoved the cop. And during a melee, he is shirtless in the video. So,
oh my God,
it's all there. The whole thing is crazy. He was fighting with his neighbor. Italian.
Ridiculous.
It
ends in an A.
Yeah, exactly. Skittles is giving away a year of free rent. But you have to stay. Do? I don't know. You have to enter a contest, and this is your apartment. It looks like Skittles. It's a micro apartment, but it's free.
I would taste that rainbow for free. Where is it located?
It didn't say. It did say. Actually, I didn't read the whole thing. Carmel Place, Manhattan, on 27th Street, 335 East 27th.
335 East. Oh, that's like. Ooh.
I mean,
there's
essentially a woman in it. It's Curry Hill. Is that what you just called it?
It's Murray Hill. Murray Hill L.
But it's not Murray Hill. It's Curry Hill. Okay. Never these high East 20s. It's what it's called. Didn't make it up. I'm in the biz.
Allegedly.
Allegedly is right. Until you put video of my agents on this fine program. Martinelli's ends in an I. Apple juice.
I know what they are.
Yeah, recalling juice at Target, Whole Foods, and Publix over high levels of arsenic in their apple juice. Isn't that just
Some
poison?
some guys just can't handle their arsenic.
They can't. Who the hell is? How does poison get into apple juice? Isn't apple juice just apples, one and water, like one ingredient? Where is the arsenic?
Orioles just beat the Yankees 2 in a row, going for a 4-game sweep. Fuck everybody.
What does next? Yeah, how about your Caps? Not that I really care, but
I had money on the Rangers.
that's insane. Well, that's what I've got essentially for my
Nice.
Pishadoos. Yeah. Of my quirkies, whatever I got. What are your Pishadoos with the and all of that?
I wanted to talk about the NFL draft. It was one of my Pishadoo candidates. It happened the night after we did our podcast. How many people went live to the NFL draft? Take a guess, because I have a number. You saw it, right?
15,000?
Are you on fucking drugs? Did you watch it on television?
Yeah.
700,000 people went in the days that they
No.
held it there. Okay. It threw out from Thursday to Sunday to go.
I thought fine. It was a ton of people. I don't. Yeah.
It was massive, and it was awesome. There were two thoughts that I had from it. The first was an observation.
Goodell hanging out with Eminem was great.
Okay, that's my second. Number one,
I was on you.
I didn't know he was going to the Giants, but Malik Neighbors, his jacket was so goddamn great. The inside of his jacket was clips of all his highlights that he had to count. That's like, you know what? I wanted to get a jacket with the Maryland flag for my wedding, and then cost and time and everything. I was like, not such a big deal. That is so original and so fantastic.
It was good.
Like, great. Now, my real thought was when they brought Goodell out at the beginning and people started booing him, I think fans are idiots. This is my Pishadoo candidate is the people, because yes, boo Adam Silver. NBA is going to the toilet.
No, the one you have to boo was Bettman, and there's no real reason, but it's a shtick, and he looks like Gru. So just boo him.
And he's done nothing for hockey. Hockey has not done anything. But Roger Goodell has made this sport into almost a year-long thing, because when they release the schedules in 2 weeks, I'm glued to the television. It's all they talk about. I watched 0 seconds of college football this past season, and I knew the first 20 picks, and I was so pumped for the NFL draft.
I hate the draft on Thursday. 2009 was the last time they did it right. Draft first 3 rounds Saturday, second day on Sunday. First pick at noon. If you're not bombed by 12:32, what are you doing? We used to bet on the whole thing, each pick. And then when our bet was over, it's like, okay, I'll bet you a shot. It's this guy or this guy. So it's like, so wait, no matter who wins, we're taking a shot? Yeah. Just on the floor. But before the first round is over, you like can't even talk. That was great. Noon on a Saturday for the first round. Can't beat it. I hate how they do it on Thursday.
They have meetings for people for what you just described, but I'm telling you that it was must-see TV.
What,
it was amazing.
Anonymous or alcoholics? They're probably the same room.
Pishadoo of the week. I have 12 candidates. Number 1, people booing Goodell. He's done more for this sport. I don't really particularly love him, but the sport is amazing, and we are amazing to watch it. Candidate number 2, Billie Eilish, who was mostly famous for always wearing these big costumes type of thing. I mean, her music also, but she was always like, what's the opposite of body positivity, or the fact that she was like, oh, it doesn't matter what you look like. I don't want people to see my body. Well, she lost a ton of goddamn weight. She put out an article in Rolling Stone how she sits in front of the mirror when she decides to click her mouse to Evan Stone. Good for her. But the fact that she made she made her whole stance about how your body doesn't matter, and now she's skinny and she's like, my body does matter.
I couldn't give 2 shits what she thinks. I don't need to hear her hot takes on anything. She should hear mine.
You know, she won that one year of the Grammys. Like, what are the 4 awards? It's the best new artist, best album, best record, although I don't get the difference between those. And then
her singing is too
song. Oh, it makes Taylor sound bump.
I don't like it.
Okay. This ain't good for me. What's a nice way of saying this? I had to listen to a CEO talk the other day. Came in a suit and tie. Came in a suit, no tie, wearing a pin. Is there any other symbol that you can wear in this world other than the Mockingjay that says I'm a douchebag, like wearing a pin?
Well, what was the pin? Was it for like
does
autism awareness, or was it the NRA?
Don't care.
I don't like pins
Don't
overly.
care. It could be the American flag. It could be any awareness. Why a pin? Also, if you are autism awareness, like I respect that. I donate money myself. The fact
The
that
NRA?
no, to different types of foundations. My point is, when you're doing something and you're representing a CEO, first off, wear a goddamn tie. Secondly, a pin, it
I don't
bothered
mind the
me.
no tie. Is it little starchy collars like in Billions? I like that. You have to have the right build for it. I don't love the pin.
Driving the other day, and there was a pizza delivery van truck. It was named Ray's Real Pizza. Now, I like that it was Ray's, whether it wasn't famous, original, that's a different story. What the hell does real pizza mean? What are you saying when you say it's Ray's Real Pizza?
Because you're saying this shit everywhere else outside of New York and New Jersey is fake pizza.
But I'm in New Jersey. Why call it real pizza?
I don't know.
I didn't get it.
I don't get it. It just says bugs.
Here's a good story. 74-year-old woman robbed a bank. I think this was in Ohio. She then went home and started doing yard work. Police came immediately, arrested her on her lawn for robbing a bank. Here are my thoughts. If you robbed a bank, do you go on the run? Do you go home? Or do you start living your life and doing yard work? Like, what are you talking about? I've been mowing my lawn this whole time.
I like it. I like that it's like hiding in plain sight. How do you rob a bank? Like, you just get cash, a shit ton of it?
Oh, it was for like $150, and she said she had fell victim to some like online scam or something. It wasn't a lot of money.
You should have bought the dead Brazilian guy. That's how you rob a bank. Next
candidate, Joel Embiid, upset because there were too many Knicks fans in Philly, and for what the game I saw, that place was packed with Knicks fans. Yeah, I remember this forever ago when the Ravens first made the playoffs. People had been paying money for season tickets, and a lot of Ravens fans were selling their playoff tickets because we're like, yeah, you can just sell these and then pay for your next 3 years. Okay, who's the asshole in the situation? Know what Embiid should have said, or I think he was implying, was the Philadelphia fans who are selling their tickets.
Yeah, go to the games. Care more.
Go to the games. But they know that they're not going to win, and people are selling them, and New York has more money, and people went down there because it's a quick hop, step, and a jump to Philly. Cheaper ticket, too.
Yeah, a lot cheaper ticket. Go to the games. Don't sell your ticket. Don't be that guy. There's more to life than money. That's an experience. Go outside. Fly a kite. Get out from under your screen time, you people. Go to something. Go to a thing.
I had a patient the other day who lived on Schindler Drive.
Oh.
I don't like it.
For Oscar? Was it named for him?
No, it was a different number, but I don't. This street could not have been around for that long. I don't even know how you'd look up how long a street's in existence, but Schindler Drive?
I mean, if it's an homage, he was a good guy.
Was he? Part. Okay, I guess he did good things, but I didn't love it.
Better than Hitler Lane.
Mao Avenue?
Right, it could be worse.
Venice, Italy is overrun with tourists. They're now charging a $5 tax, kind of like a congestion tax.
Tourist like an asshole, like Charles Barkley. You say it
every time on purpose. We've covered this. I do,
but I never knew why. Like, what's the impetus of that?
Why do I do it? To annoy you?
Do it?
Yeah, because it's annoying. Hi, have we met? I'm Alan.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, come on. But now they're charging $5 like a congestion tax, and they apparently it is working. It's keeping people out of Venice.
How the hell do you enforce it? Give me €5. Fuck off! I gave the last guy €5.
No, it's one of those things. I think you get like I paid €5, and then if you get stopped and you can't provide it, you get hit with like $100 fine or something.
What if you don't pay your $100 fine? You're not going back there. You use the scofflaw. I put a picture of you up in San Marcos Square, like wanted.
I don't mess around in foreign countries. It's not.
You, Brittany Griner?
Oh my God, that's her name today. Candace Parker retired, and I was like, wasn't she the girl who went to Russia? No, it wasn't.
No, she's pretty Brittany Griner.
Yeah, but ready $5 tax. I'm not saying I'm a millionaire. I'm no Betsy Elias by any stretch. You think $5 is changing anything about my trip?
It might.
What?
You get enough people there. You, Julia, Milo, the rest of the kids you're going to have. It adds up. No, but I would tell them, fuck you. I'm going to go spend more than $5 here. So if I turn around, you people lose.
You people.
You people. Italians.
I find myself a lover of music. I love lots of music. I listen to tons of music. I can't stand jazz. When a patient comes in and says, "Let me play jazz," I am able to find this jazz cover station where it's Radiohead, but in jazz, which is tolerable.
So
You know what?
Radiohead played by Kenny G. Outstanding.
Jazz stinks. There is a jazz fest coming up. And do you know who they got to headline this jazz fest? The Killers. Because nothing says jazz like the Killers, a.k.a. jazz sucks. And people who go to jazz festivals suck. And they had to bring the Killers in just to get people to show up to this sucky jazz fest.
So that's your hot take?
Is it that hot?
It's a take. I don't love jazz.
It just stinks.
I don't really love it. It's like elevator music best.
Let's get to some good stuff.
Okay.
Top 3 candidates. In Louisiana, this man was charged with, I think, 4 counts of second-degree rape, which I don't know how that all works. It's not good. In the plea agreement, he's opting for 50 years of jail and castration.
What would he have gotten had he not done the castration?
I assume.
How many years does that shave off?
I don't know, but assuming
how is that an option? What kind of freaky ass court is this? Where they're just chopping stuff off? That's fantastic, by the way. This isn't Pishadoo. I like a la carte court. Like, here's your options, and they get weirder. The fewer years you have, the weirder the other stuff gets. You can take the physical challenge. That's what he did.
This is like in Sopranos. The only thing worse than death is castration.
If you want to do 2 years...
No, it was 50. I looked into that because I thought, wait. 4 years and lose my cock or 80 years in jail? No.
Okay, and they'll keep going down. If you want to do 2, they're going to be 2 really strange ones, man. And you're not going to sleep and weird stuff's going to happen. But you're out in 2 or 10 or 12. You could just go down the list and you pick what you want.
50.
Right. 50 in castration. 25 castration and this. 10.
I hear what you're doing. The a la carte was, by the way, it was really fun. A la carte court. But my point is it was 50 years. Like, I don't know how old this guy was. That can't be good.
At that point. But
I
think there should be a menu. Or like you spin a wheel. And then whatever happens, happens. That's your sentence. And some of them are really... And there's a tiny little sliver. Just go. You're scot-free.
Oh, it's a tiny little sliver.
Yeah.
Next candidate. Do you know my disdain for fans that go as characters to the game? Like, I don't know if we've watched enough sports together recently, but when they show some idiot fan who painted their face or did something, I generally say something on the couch that I don't know if I would want my mother hearing.
You mean the idiot who's going to go to the Orioles World Series dressed as Old Bay? You don't like that guy?
What a loser, that guy. But I wasn't going as Mr. Old Bay. It was just going to be it was a once-in-a-lifetime thing. I'm talking about the person who's going and they want to be on the cover of Madden. This new idiot who goes to the Mets game and he's Mets pimp. Have you seen this?
No.
He dresses like a pimp, but he's wearing Mets colors, and it's kind of his shtick. And he was getting all types of flack the other day. I guess this is one big rant on people who think they're a team mascot, but they buy a seat to go in and have to pay for all their stuff. Fuck them hard.
I'm pretty sure Cowbell Man gets in for free. I think he's like boys. He walks around banging a cowbell. The name tells you what he does. He goes to every Met game since forever. Like 30 years he's been going.
Zach, when I see these people dressed up like this at football games, I am rooting for them to catch a stray ball, a foul ball, whatever sport they're at, and I'm hoping they fall and snap their necks. I really am. You have no idea.
Yeah, that would be something.
But my number one candidate, I'm not sure if this is genius or if this is bad, but Chris Brown, famous from beating Rihanna forever ago and putting out a couple of music, like he hasn't had a banger in maybe 15 years. It's been a long time.
I don't know his stuff.
He's involved in some music, whatever, with this guy who's, I think it's pronounced Cuervo, whatever, who he's dating Chris Brown's ex-girlfriend. Although Chris Brown is like, well, I banged your girlfriend when you were still together. They have diss tracks back and forth, and this up-and-coming rapper was performing somewhere in Connecticut, and Chris Brown decided to go and buy just about every ticket to this guy's concert that was available for sale. And this guy had to go perform for like
12 people.
Wasn't
that done already, though?
Yeah, this isn't an original statement. It's just something where, okay, this up-and-coming rapper, I'm not sure how to take this because he performed for, it wasn't 75. It was probably a couple of hundred where the venue held no more than like 5,000. So Chris Brown has money for days. Now, I'm the rapper. I'm trying to grow my brand. I'm touring. I'm performing. Of course, the energy is completely different. But at the same time, he's making a fuck ton of money just performing.
It's a sellout show.
Who's the asshole here?
Nobody. The asshole
Is me for bringing this up?
I guess. I mean, it's two rappers going at it. Call me when they're Biggie and Tupac, but it's gotta be weird to play in front of a tiny little crowd because someone just bought all your seats up. But you still make money on a sellout show. I don't know. He made more during that show than we make it work that day.
It's the truth. The amount of times that I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, I would perform just the same because they always say, right? It might be the first time somebody's seeing you. I'm going to go out. I'm going to give all the energy. I'm going to perform like it's 8,000 people or it's 8 people. It does. I actually think performing for less people is harder, but that's my own Michigas.
Yeah, you hear them snickering.
Would you call me?
Exactly. Go on.
People booing Goodell, Billie Eilish. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. So anyone who sends you something that's mildly amusing and you may or may not respond, but if you don't, they're so thirsty that they have to send you something the next day asking for their LOL. It's happened to me.
I waited like 12 hours. It was really funny.
It wasn't that funny. It was two people in a car. There's a little caption. It was a chuckle, chortle at best. But the thirst to need an LOL. And by the way, I have other friends who do it too. What? No ha? What? Nothing for that? It's so needy. Be funnier.
I'd rather you shit on me. If it's, you know why? I'd rather you go, nah. I'd rather you say stupid. I'd rather you tell me to go to hell.
I just read it and forgot to respond. But the fact that you were so thirsty for it.
Well,
on my walk to work, but before 9 a.m. you had to have this.
Do you think I was thirsty or I just wanted to I wanted to ask you if tonight was good for the podcast, but you had never responded. So I was like, well, I have to segue into this. I can't just, you never responded.
I responded. No, it was the thirst. Needed it. You needed.
Is that the winner? Is that the winner? Or can I read the rest of these?
Read the rest of them.
The Billie Eilish doing it in front of the mirror. The CEO wearing a pin. Ray's real pizza. 74-year-old bank robber gets caught because she was doing lawn work. Knicks fans in taking over Philadelphia. Schindler Drive. Venice charging a $5 tax. The Killers playing Jazz Fest. Plea agreement where he loses his cock and balls. The Mets pimp and Chris Brown gets revenge. Who is the Pishadoo of the week?
Between you and the plea agreement guy.
But you're saying the plea agreement was a good idea. You're saying that.
Yeah, but the guy who took it, it's dumb bad. A bad move to take it. I would have. If things are on the table, then you can say all right, guy, what else you got? What else are we talking about here? Because clearly cutting my cock off for 50 years is an option. Tell me some more options. I need to hear more. So, like, it's life sentence, or it's death penalty, or it's that combination of weirdness. The judge is cute. He's creative. He's cheeky.
Who's your dad of the podcast? Thanks for listening to
tonight's
episode. We had a good time. We're going to keep doing this. Zach, happy birthday. Happy bar mitzvah to my nephew this weekend. We got a fun one planned, and guess who's the MC?
You? You're going to get jiggy with it?
No.
Family finds a way to find free entertainment.
I'm that guy.
You MC'd. I rebbied. You guys are good at shaking your friends down for things. A blast, by the way. Oh, by the way, if you want me to rebby for that, I'll do that for free. I require one